We're welcoming back Joe Gavazzi, NCAA basketball analyst, and yesterday Joe had a very, very sharp call with Kansas State as an underdog getting the points, and was a very, very strong call. Now today we've got a game, Georgia Tech versus Pittsburgh, and Joe heavily likes the favorite, and the line was 8, it is now 9. So Joe, first and foremost, great to have you back with us. What is prompting you to think that Pitt will just get it done against a well-improved Georgia Tech team?
My pleasure to return to the SBR videos with you and, of course, all you guys out there in video land. You were absolutely right. We did cash with Kansas State last night, one of the underdogs from our Super D list. Now we switch gears and actually go to a favorite from our Super Defense list. And as well as we might think underdogs perform in the role of defensive dandies, well, how about the favorites? The 29 teams on that list going into this week's play, 153-84 against the spread as favorite, 65% winners. Welcome to the Pittsburgh Panthers. Now, Georgia Tech, as you alluded to earlier in our conversation here, Mike, has been a vastly improved team, although against a relatively weak schedule, and they have had some big wins against the lesser lights. But stepping up on their schedule, they have had 2 dominating losses to the 2 best teams they faced. Now they must travel to the Pete, where they will face a Pittsburgh Panther who is looking to rebound from a subpar season, which saw the Panthers lose their last 5 regular season games and fail to make the NCAA tournament. Pitt is clearly on the bounce-back path. Of course, we are well aware that Jamie Dixon authors excellent defensive teams all year long, and that is why he is on the Super D list. But this year, along with a trio of 3 great offensive players, point guard Robinson, along with Michael Young up front, and Artis as well, Pitt is also very deep on the offensive end, and that has resulted in many blowouts. Pitt was at one time 17-40 as a home favorite under Jamie Dixon. With this win tonight, easily by double digits, they'll extend that record to 5-3 against the spread this year. Take Pitt to win this one by double digits. Too much defense, too much depth, and too much surprising Pittsburgh offense.
Yeah, Joe, I take all of that into account, and there's also that Joe Gavazzi factor, because you're right in the backyard up there. You know what's happening with this team, and I'm a big Jamie Dixon fan, and one thing you alluded to, and I knew that you would, is the way, because I know the Pitt Panthers as a defensive squad, and especially under Jamie Dixon, but this year they are 21st in the nation in offense efficiency, so obviously they've stepped it up, and they are deep, and you alluded to that. And Georgia Tech, they have a strong perimeter game now that they haven't had in a while. Coach Roy Williams, when they North Carolina beat Georgia Tech, said this is one of the better Georgia Tech teams he's seen in a while, and he literally put an alert out for no one to take them lightly. But this line, I think, still squeezes in enough value. So I'm on board with you here, Joe. Pitt minus, it opened at 8, it's -9. We see where a lot of the money's moving. I think they're just too solid defensively for Georgia Tech to really make any waves in this game. So, Joe, thank you so much for being back with us. You heard it, viewers. Pitt Panthers tonight, -9 on their home court versus Georgia Tech. Okay, Joe, come back soon with us.
We'll be back with another college basketball selection today, looking at one of our hidden gems from the Super D list.